Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Have you ever walked into a room and just felt that wave of anxiety, that gut feeling that everyone is staring, everyone is judging you? It's an awful feeling, and it can make any social event feel like a total nightmare. Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on exactly what's going on and why this feeling is so incredibly common. It really all comes down to this one heavy question, doesn't it? Why do I feel like everyone hates me? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, I want you to know you are so far from alone. We're going to unpack why this thought feels so real and figure out what's actually happening inside your head. So here's our game plan. First up, we're going to talk about how feeling isn't the same as fact. Then we'll look at how anxiety just pours gasoline on the fire. After that, we'll dive into these things called mind traps. They're super common. Then we'll build your own toolkit to break free. And finally, we'll map out the road to feeling better for good. Right. Let's start with what is probably the single most important idea in this entire explainer. That powerful, overwhelming feeling of being disliked, it's almost always coming from inside you. It's an interpretation, not reality. And just getting that, well, that's the first huge step to changing it. And that's really the core of it right there. What feels like solid proof of social rejection is actually just our own mind's harsh internal critic taking over. It's a story we're telling ourselves based on fear, not a news report on what other people are actually thinking. So, if it's just an interpretation, why on earth does it feel so powerful, so real? The answer is anxiety. It acts like a giant amplifier, turning the volume way up on these feelings. This whole pattern, this persistent feeling, actually has a name: social anxiety disorder, or SAD for short. And this isn't just being a little shy. We're talking about an intense, ongoing fear of being judged negatively, and it completely changes the way you see the world around you. And get this, 7% of people experience this. I mean, that's literally millions and millions of people. So this isn't some personal flaw or something you have to hide. It's a shared human experience, and it's something you can absolutely work through. And this is the engine that drives the whole thing. It works like this. Your heart starts pounding. So you think, oh no, everyone sees I'm nervous, they think I'm weird. And that thought, it makes you even more anxious, which, you guessed it, makes your heart pound even faster. It's this vicious feedback loop where your body and your mind keep convincing each other that the threat is 100% real. So, how exactly does our mind build this convincing story of rejection? Well, it uses a set of predictable thinking errors. I like to call them mind traps. These are basically tricks your brain plays on you, twisting reality until these fears feel like cold, hard facts. Okay, let's look at the big three. First, there's mind reading. That's when you're just sure that person who glanced at you for a second thinks you're a total loser. Then there's filtering. That's when 10 people smile at you, but your brain totally ignores them and obsesses over the one person who had a neutral expression. And catastrophizing? Oh yeah, that's when you stumble on a word and your brain screams, "That's it! I've ruined everything! No one here will ever talk to me again!" Sound familiar? Okay, so we've named the problem, we see how it works. Now let's talk about how to fix it. Knowing about these mind traps is one thing. Learning how to dismantle them is the real game changer. And here are the tools you need to do just that. This right here is an incredibly powerful framework. Step 1, a reality check. Ask yourself, what actually happened versus the scary story I made up about it? Step 2, a behavioral experiment. You actually test your negative beliefs with a small, manageable action. Step 3, the exposure ladder. You start small with really low-risk things and you slowly build up. And finally, number 4, self-compassion. It's about learning to talk to yourself like you would a good friend, instead of with that harsh inner critic. Now, these tools are amazing on their own, but they're even more powerful when they're part of a bigger, long-term strategy. And sometimes that can include getting some professional support. This is how you really build a lasting path to relief. For anyone looking for professional help, there are some really effective, proven options. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is designed to go after those mind traps we just talked about. Exposure therapy helps you safely and gradually face your fears. Mindfulness teaches you how to just notice your thoughts without getting swept away by them. And group therapy can be an amazing, supportive place to practice and build your confidence with other people. And this is what it looks like in the real world. Take Sam. He used that exposure ladder idea and started super small, just saying hello to one classmate a week. That was his experiment. And every time he did it and wasn't rejected, he gathered a tiny piece of evidence that his old fears were wrong. Over a few months, all that new evidence started to rewrite his story, and his life really changed. Aisha's story is great because it shows how you can combine different tools. She used grounding skills to calm her body's physical anxiety before meetings. That gave her the headspace to then challenge her negative thoughts. Adding group therapy on top of that gave her a safe space to practice. The secret is finding the right mix that works for you. And if you take away only one thing, let it be this. Progress here isn't about some giant, heroic leap of bravery. Not at all. It's built from a steady chain of small, consistent wins. Each one is a little victory that helps you rewrite that old, fearful story in your head. So we're at the end of our explanation, but really, this is just the beginning for you. This isn't about trying to fix everything all at once. It's about taking one tiny, manageable step forward. So what's one small action you can take today to start testing that old belief?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.